Here I have an aloe vera plant which has sprouted 3 baby plants. There's one here, there's 2, and this is a third one. And we still have this huge plant that has these fat leaves on it. And so I am going to go ahead and I'm going to split these and transplant them. And I'll take you along with me to show you how I'm going to go about doing that. First, I have my fiskars here. And to do that, I am going to cleanse it with some hydrogen peroxide, just to make sure that I'm not going to be transferring any disease to this plant. And as you can see here, I put just like a garbage bag because I'm on the floor in my living room. And I'm here because I have a sunny window right here that the sun comes into. And I have my aloe plant at the window so it can get sunlight and stay healthy. Now, I don't usually transplant or encourage growth on plants during the winter months. But because I have adequate sunlight for this plant, and I want to start harvesting these leaves so I can use them, I'm going to just transplant, you know, these smaller ones so I can go ahead and keep these healthy and I can use the leaves of this plant right here. So I'm going to grab my fiskars and I'm going to put some hydrogen peroxide. Just to clean it up nicely. And I'm using hydrogen peroxide because it's going to cleanse this tool, and it's also said that hydrogen peroxide helps encourage healthy growth because of the extra oxygen molecule in it. Okay, it can also help plant roots absorb nutrients from the soil, and therefore the oxygen better enables the roots to absorb more nutrients, which means faster and healthier, more vigorous growth. So that's what we want for our plants. I'm going to clean it up nicely before I even touch the plant with it. And because I use this tool for all my plants, I think I have 3 different ones of these, different brands, but I clean them all as I go from plant to plant with it, just in case, to keep my plants healthy. And these are all the little important things that we have to remember as we go about in our garden doing what we do. Okay, let me grab this. Just gonna set this down here. This soil is for my outdoor garden, and I'm gonna put it in these plant pots that I got from a local store. They were gonna throw it out. They usually throw these out. So if you're looking for pots, free pots that you can repurpose, you can just go to one of those stores. You can clean it out. If you want, wash it up with some water and vinegar, you know, to make sure that you kill anything off that's there that you don't need in your garden, and you just use that. So I'm gonna put a little bit of this soil here that I took from my outside garden, and as you can see, there's still leaves in here, so that's going to rot over time. And I am going to fill 2 of these with this soil. Okay, and I will take this inside and I'll show you how I'm going to go about transplanting these aloe vera. And now I have this soil here that I'm going to transplant these aloe vera in. And I'm going to take the fiskars. I'm just going to brush off some soil so I can be certain of where I'm cutting. Look at all these roots already. I don't know if you can see it in here. Let me pull it up to show you. This is all a good root system. Look at that. So I'm just going to brush away some of the soil to make sure I get some good healthy roots to come up with this smaller plants. Let's see. I'm just in here feeling around. Actually, I don't even think I need the fiskars because I can feel it already coming apart. Yeah, I probably can do it with my finger. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that. And here we go. Look at this. So from buying just one plant, I would never have to buy aloe vera again. Okay, so this was a main root right here. And I have all these other little healthy roots coming out of it. So I'm going to go ahead and plant it in this rich soil. And like I said, this is organic soil. And because I have these plants indoors, what I'm going to do is grab some peat moss, right? And this peat moss, I bought it from Lowe's, and I usually buy supplies at the end of season if I have to, so that way at the beginning of the following season, if I need some, I don't have to be out of it because, you know, at that time it's in high demand. Now there are two reasons why I'm using peat moss in these pots to transplant the aloe vera plants, and that's because one, peat moss is acidic, and aloes prefer acidic soil, slightly acidic soil, because alkaline soil is not good for succulent plants. It would cause the demise of that plant. And number two, peat moss sitting on top of that original soil from the garden, it keeps the gnats and the bugs away. So any plants that I have indoors, I usually put peat moss on the top just to keep the bugs away. Ask me how I know to do that. I have had the worst experience with having plants in my living room, and it's like I don't learn all the time. I do it from year to year because there's certain things that I want to protect and to keep growing, such as my aloe vera plant, but I have learned over the years to add the peat moss to it, and it does very well. As you can see, this is growing way better than it was in the summertime. It seems like the summer heat is too much for it, and so it's doing so much better. Even though it's indoors, it has the sunny window there, and it's doing so much better. So those are the two reasons that I'm using the peat moss, because it's in the best interest of the plant, and it's in my best interest to keep the bugs away. So I'm going to just go ahead, and I don't want to put this too low in the pot because I want to make sure that it's not getting too much water. And with this soil, you want to make sure that this soil can drain off all the excess water, because these aloe vera does not like wet feet. And here you have it. That's all you have to do. Just like so. I'm going to water it in when I'm done. And I'm going to just leave it here at the window, and it'll be fine right there. Now I'm going to do the second plant. And I'm probably going to leave this baby one in because it's really small. And I don't want to move it too soon. I might have to snip this one. I'm feeling in again. The root system on here is very strong. Even from the large, this is the one that's coming from the large plant. It's attached right here. Wow. This is beautiful. It makes me want to continue to grow when I'm this successful in doing what I'm doing. I might have to snip this one. Okay, we're gonna have to go in and snip. Okay, let's see. So look at the difference here. I did snip it off and I only have a little bit of the root system here, but I still have some. So that's okay. I'm gonna go ahead and put this in the soil. And I don't want to put it too deep, like I said, because if I put it too deep and I water it and it has too much water in there, it would just rot. It would rot and die. So I'm going to go ahead and add my peat moss. I'm making a mess. That's why I have this trash bag here. That helps with the mess. I just rolled it all up together. And it's a done deal. And like I said, this does not need a lot of water. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to water this in, but I'm going to water it in with spring water. Because I want to make sure that this stays healthy and there's no chemicals in the water, because I'm just trying to get it to grow, to have the roots stimulated and grow as healthy as possible. So I'm going to water them both in. I didn't put a lot of water, as you can see. And I am going to look at this soil. See, it's not wet and it drains. And this is all the peat moss that I put in there from when I had this plant. I've had it 3 years now. Yeah, I've had it about 3 years now. So I'm going to tuck this root back under and I'm going to water it. And I really go in there. Aloe does not need a lot of moisture. So I'm going to go in there and water it a little bit. And that's because I just removed those pups from it so it can stay healthy. And this is going to be watered in like once a week or week and a half, just about. But I check the soil first to make sure that it's not too dry. And being inside with the heat on, it's winter time, it's going to dry out real quick. And then we have the sunlight coming in through the window right here. But I will check it periodically to make sure that it's doing okay and that it has enough water in it. So this is just how I transplant my aloe vera plants. Take a good look at it. Ooh, the sun's coming in too much. But yeah, look at this. Out of one plant, I have 1, 2, 3, the large one, and then a little pup that's coming up. I just want to make sure that I have enough going forward, because when I start using this, I want to be able to use it the way I want to use it, and that I have sufficient, and I don't want to use it to the point where I don't have a plant anymore. Hence the reason I didn't harvest any of these luscious leaves here until I know for a fact that I can continuously grow my aloe vera plants. If you have any tips or tricks, if there's anything that you notice I did that I could have done better or differently, please share it with me. I'm open to suggestions and new ways of growing my garden. As always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you again next time right here on Fifi's Journey.